This is my recipe for a vegan chocolate tart with salted caramel and a few thoughts I had on sleep while I baked it. Good sleep hygiene is probably the best thing we can do to rejuvenate our body and mind every day. We've all heard that we spend a third of our lives sleeping, so why not try and understand a bit more about how it works and how we could improve on the quality of our sleep. How much sleep we get is probably the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about sleep hygiene. There are more than enough studies that show that anything between 9 to 8 hours of sleep is the most beneficial for almost everyone. It's the magic number that shows an increase in longevity, but as with everything in life, it's not only the quantity that matters, but the quality. There are two main groups that are important to understand when talking about sleep: non-REM, which stands for rapid eye movement, and REM sleep. Non-REM sleep is divided into 4 phases. When we first fall asleep, we are in phase 1, and as we continue to move through the phases, the deeper our sleep becomes. In the first phases, our heart rate starts to slow down. Our body temperature drops and our brain activity slows. As we move on to phases 3 and 4 of non-REM sleep, our brain activity starts creating stronger brain waves, and the body starts to repair and regrow tissue, builds bone and muscle, and strengthens the immune system. This part of non-REM sleep is also when memories are consolidated. One of the many reasons why it is so vitally important for students to practice good sleep hygiene. With regards to REM sleep, this stage is when we are most likely to experience vivid dreams. The areas of the brain that are active during the sleep cycle are associated with our emotional stability. It's what helps us in our emotions. It's what gives us balance and control. The brain waves during REM sleep become more active and creativity is stimulated. It's during this stage where all the information we've received during the day is sort of stitched together, and we sometimes wake up with solutions to problems we were facing. During the night, REM and non-REM sleep happen during 90-minute cycles from the time we fall asleep until we wake up. But it has been noted that non-REM sleep tends to happen more often during the first few hours, and REM sleep happens more often during the last few hours of our sleep. So, here are a few important things we can walk away with from all this. We know that REM cycles happen more intensely during the last few hours of sleep. And we also know that we need those sweet 8 hours to be able to reap the benefits of a rejuvenating sleep. Now, let's say you need to wake up a couple of hours earlier one day because you have an early start. The logical assumption would be that you have reduced your night's sleep to just 75% of the benefits, right? Well, not really. It's actually more like a reduction down to only 20 to 30% of the benefits. Why? Because REM happens during the last couple of hours of your sleep schedule. Therefore, by reducing your sleep by just a mere 2 hours, you are reducing the benefits by so much more. We've all had those days when we were in terrible moods because we just didn't get a good night's sleep. But other side effects include the lack of concentration, difficulty in decision making, and complications in the social relations with others. The topic of sleep is so vast and interesting that a brief video is just not enough time to dissect it all. Subscribe to the channel to watch the next video for a sleep part 2. In our next video, we will discuss habits that can help you with your sleep hygiene. For now, I want to leave you with this recipe for a vegan chocolate tart with salted caramel filling. It's part of my nighttime routine, as I like to unwind and relax by spending some time by myself in the kitchen, baking something delicious for the next day. And this tart is easy, quick, and simple. And since it needs a few hours in the fridge to set, then I end my night knowing that in the morning I'll have something yummy to look forward to.